Hey there, fellow health enthusiasts! John Oliver here, ready to delve into the wacky, wonderful world of herbal medicine. Think of it like this. Big Pharma is the blockbuster action movie, all explosions and CGI. Herbal medicine? That's your quirky indie flick, full of heart, soul, and maybe a talking plant or two. Now I know what you're thinking. Herbs? Isn't that just hippy-dippy stuff? Well, hold on to your essential oils because herbs have been used for centuries. They're nature's little helpers, offering a gentler approach to well-being. Plus, they smell amazing, which is more than I can say for most prescription bottles. But here's the thing about herbs. They're potent. Just like you wouldn't chug a whole bottle of cough syrup. Okay, maybe you would, but you shouldn't. You can't just go guzzling down gallons of chamomile tea and expect miracles. That's where dosage comes in, my friends. It's the key to unlocking the magic of herbs without accidentally turning into a human chia pet. Dosage is just a fancy word for how much you take. Think of it like baking a cake. Too little flour and you've got soup. Too much and you've got a brick. The right amount? Now that's a delicious cake. Same goes for herbs. Too little, and you might not feel a thing. Too much, and well, let's just say you might be making some unexpected trips to the bathroom. The sweet spot is finding that just right dosage where the herbs can work their magic. Now, I'm not a doctor, shocking I know, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night, just kidding. Seriously though, I'm not qualified to give medical advice. What I can do is share some general guidelines and hilarious cautionary tales. Because let's face it, we all learn best from other people's often hilarious mistakes. Remember that time my buddy Dave decided to try valerian root for sleep? He read online that it was a natural sedative, so naturally he thought more is better. He brewed a whole pot of valerian tea, drank it all, and then wondered why he felt like he'd been hit by a tranquilizer dart. Spoiler alert, he slept for 14 hours straight and woke up feeling like a groggy bear coming out of hibernation. Then there was my Aunt Susan, who went a little overboard with the cayenne pepper cleanse. Let's just say it involved a lot of running to the bathroom and a newfound appreciation for bland food. The moral of the story? Start slow, my friends. Your digestive system will thank you. Okay, so how do you actually measure herbs? Well, it's not rocket surgery, unless you're trying to launch a ginger root into space, in which case, more power to you. For dried herbs, you can use good old-fashioned measuring spoons. Start with a small dose, like 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon, and see how you feel. For fresh herbs, things get a little trickier. A handful of parsley for me might be a whole bush for someone with smaller hands. A good rule of thumb is to start with a small amount, like a sprig or two, and go from there. And remember, it's always better to err on the side of caution. You can always take more later, but you can't undrink that extra strong cup of chamomile tea. Believe me, I've tried. Now that you know how much to take, let's talk about how to take it. Herbs come in all sorts of fun forms, like teas, capsules, tinctures, and even essential oils. It's like a choose-your-own adventure for your health. Teas are a classic for a reason. They're easy to make, and you can find herbal tea blends for just about anything. Just steep your herbs in hot water for a few minutes, strain, and enjoy. Capsules are great for those who don't love the taste of herbs. No judgment here. Tinctures are concentrated herbal extracts that you take by the dropperful. And essential oils? Well, that's a whole other episode. Regarding kids and herbs, it's important to handle with care, and maybe a spoonful of sugar. Now, a word about kids and herbs, it's not as simple as cutting adult dosages in half. Kids' bodies are still developing, so it's best to talk to a qualified healthcare practitioner before giving them any herbs. Plus, have you ever tried to get a kid to eat kale? It's like trying to reason with a tiny, stubborn dictator. Listen to your body, it's whispering, not shouting. Here's the thing about herbal medicine. It's all about listening to your body. Everyone is different, so what works for your best friend might not work for you. Start with a low dose, see how you feel, and adjust accordingly. And if you're not sure about something, don't be afraid to ask a qualified herbalist or healthcare practitioner. Herb Safety 101. Here are a few ground rules. Before we wrap up, let's talk about herb safety. Just because something is natural doesn't mean it's safe to take willy-nilly. Some herbs can interact with medications, so always check with your doctor or pharmacist before adding anything new to your routine. And when in doubt, remember the wise words of my grandma. Everything in moderation, especially moderation. Now go forth and get herby. So there you have it, folks. A crash course in herbal dosages, complete with puns, cautionary tales, and enough laughter to cure what ails you, or at least make you forget about it for a little while. Remember, herbal medicine is all about finding what works best for you, so go forth, experiment safely, and embrace the wonderful world of herbs. Just maybe lay off the valerian root tea before bed.